This is my audience. Hello, my name is Tatiana Liu, and today I'll be introducing to you my perspective on breastfeeding in public. I personally think that breastfeeding in public should be socially accepted. This topic really stuck out to me because one day, pre-COVID, me and my sister-in-law were at our local mall and she was breastfeeding my niece. She had a linen cloth over her breast and my niece covering while my niece was eating, and a woman approached us and said, "You should seriously go somewhere else." And it kind of shocked me that someone was so bothered by this that they had the confidence to just walk up to us and confront us like that. This is why I was just so taken back because my sister-in-law had a cloth over herself and all you could see was the side of her breast, but you couldn't see anything else. Like you couldn't even see my niece's face at that point. So this is why I decided to share my perspective on why breastfeeding in public should be socially acceptable. So a few main points in my perspective on breastfeeding in public is: one, breastfeeding in public, it is a legal act, and women who do decide to breastfeed in public have the right to do so, and they are not disobeying or breaking any laws or any rules of sort. Second is, it is tremendously helpful and beneficial for not only the child but the mother as well while they are breastfeeding. Third is, breastfeeding comes with a cost. So my first point is that breastfeeding in public is a legal act. In 2018, all states passed a law that protects women who are nursing in public. This law protects them so that they are allowed to do so and they won't get in trouble. They shouldn't be harassed. They shouldn't be ashamed. They should be able to breastfeed their child in public. It took about 17 years for all 50 states to pass this law. With my research that I gathered, Indiana was the first state to pass the law that protects breastfeeding women who are breastfeeding in public. My second main point for my topic is that it is tremendously beneficial for mother and child when they are breastfeeding. So a few overall reasons that it is beneficial for the mother is that the mother, while they're breastfeeding, they tend to lose weight faster from the baby weight they may have gained during their pregnancy. Second is, it is less likely that the mother will get breast and ovarian cancer. And I found that actually pretty amazing that just by breastfeeding you have a less chance of getting cancer, which is actually kind of common for most women. And third is, it is cheaper to breastfeed than it is to feed formula, and it also builds and supports a stronger bond between the mother and the child. While breastfeeding, a mom and a child, they get to build not just a physical but also an emotional connection between their child, because they are so close during this act of bonding with their child. Personally, I was breastfed as a kid, and in my opinion, I think breastfeeding or feeding off of my mom helped me build a bond, because I am personally very close with my mother. So I feel like breastfeeding actually probably did help me build that first initial instinct and that bond to my mom. I'm very close with my mom, so it doesn't bother me like breastfeeding or anything like that. And I support women breastfeeding their child. So the third thing that I want to touch bases on is, it comes with a cost. Feeding your child comes with a cost. No matter formula, breastfeeding, even pumping. And what I mean by it comes with a cost is pumping, you actually have to pay. For a manual pump, it would be $50, the cheapest around there. And for an electrical pump, the cheapest is $200, and the most that I've seen throughout my research was about $300. And then there's other tools for pumping, like bottles to retain the milk that you just pumped, wires, etc. I've done some research and found that total cost could be about $300. And buying formula isn't cheap as well. That costs money. So that is what I mean by feeding your child comes with a cost. Your child has to eat, so of course you're gonna do what needs to be done. But this is why I personally believe that breastfeeding is best for the child and the mother. And those are my main points, and this is my perspective on why breastfeeding is the best. Thank you for listening to my speech.